This is the download from Sounds Profitable, the most important news from this week and why it matters to people in the business of podcasting. I'm Manuela Bedoya.
And I'm Shreya Sharma. The download is brought to you by Magellan AI. Track the trends in spend, ad load, podcasts on YouTube, and more with Magellan AI's advertising benchmark report for Q1, available now. You can find a link in the description or visit magellan.ai.
This week, over half of business owners are daily podcast listeners. Claritas acquires ArtsAI. Audible announces Buffy the Vampire Slayer fiction podcast. And the DOJ's case against Google. Let's get started.
Last Friday, from Reem, writing for PodPod, podcast production company Lower Street, in partnership with Content FX, published a report looking at the impact of business-to-business podcasting. The study was built from the listening habits of 511 senior-level individuals in the business sector of the US and UK, including owners, executives, leadership team members, and managers. Here's a quote from Content FX lead researcher Peter Hammer. "We're excited to partner with Lower Street to apply our research approach to the growing B2B podcasting sector. These findings highlight that likable, well-branded podcasts can deliver strong outcomes for marketers." End quote. 51% of respondents listen to podcasts daily. 36% of respondents use podcasts to learn new things, and 43% use them as their primary source of information. Similar to the sentiment of Tom Webster's recent article, The Podcast You Want to Make, Lower Street presents the study results as an indication that B2B podcasting has their target audience into account when creating and promoting content.
This Wednesday, from Entertainment Weekly's Sydney Boxbaum, branded audio fiction is nothing new. One only needs to look to Big Finish, who has been producing officially licensed Doctor Who audio dramas for years before the first podcast. But recently, the genre has gone through a resurgence. First, Disney announced a Frozen continuation. Then, Wondery signed multiple Dr. Seuss podcasts. And Nickelodeon is ringing in the Halloween season with a podcast continuation of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Now, Audible is bringing cult classic Buffy the Vampire Slayer back with a multiverse twist. Slayers, a Buffyverse story, introduces fan-favorite vampire Spike to an alternate reality where the titular Buffy was never born. The cast features 8 cast members from the original TV series, reprising their roles, including James Masters as Spike. Behind the microphones, the series is co-written by actor Amber Benson, known for her role as Tara in the original Buffy, and novelist Christopher Golden. The series is co-directed by Benson, Golden, and Casey Wayland. Wayland is most known for his zombie apocalypse audio drama, We're Alive, in 2009, which has spawned a franchise of multiple spin-off podcasts. The fact that Audible sought out a known director in the field with a horror background shows they're taking branded audio fiction seriously. The show is set to premiere October 12th.
This Tuesday, from Jack Neff at Ad Age, 2 of the bigger audio measurement players are now one. ArtsAI has been acquired by Claritas. The acquisition will allow the 2 companies to combine their tech and work to democratize the advertising business via advanced data and AI-powered personalization. A theoretical example given was using ArtsAI's tech to identify a demographic of soccer moms who like to travel, and then serve them a Peloton exercise bike ad featuring European scenery around the instructor on the bike screen. Carrie DeGroot, Senior VP of Sales Research and Analytics at SiriusXM Media, told Ad Age, and I quote, "We are big believers in an open ecosystem and transparent third-party measurement. So we're thrilled to see 2 of our key collaborators in Claritas and ArtsAI join forces to create an even stronger, more seamless option that will deliver for both our businesses and our clients." End quote. New from Digiday's Ronan Shields this Tuesday. The Department of Justice's antitrust lawsuit against Google started this week. And here's what that might mean for advertising. The suit, brought by both the DOJ and attorneys general from 11 different states, alleges that Google has violated the Sherman Act. That's a federal law designed to prevent the formation of monopolies. The suit argues Google has de facto exclusivity as the prevailing search engine and can use that position to play favorites with which companies get preferential placement in the search engine. While a government-enforced breakup of Google would change the landscape of marketing as we know it, this case will likely take weeks, if not years, to get as far as the prosecution proving that Google has broken any antitrust laws. It also is worth noting that the DOJ has not yet expressed their intended outcome if they were to win. Any outcome, positive or negative, will potentially take years to come into effect. The digital sky is not falling yet.
Finally, it's time for Quick Hits, our roundup of articles that didn't quite make the cut for today's episode, but are still worth including in your weekend reading. This week, Add Technical Difficulties by Bryan Barletta. To celebrate 3 years of Sounds Profitable, Bryan has a slice of humble pie and discusses ways podcasting needs to improve to meet buyers where they want to be. Next, Coleman Insights launches Ascend FM brand lift service. Ascend FM will track and prove the effectiveness of radio, podcasting, and streaming audio advertisement campaigns. Also, Bear Grylls and Coyote Peterson announced new show Circumnavigate with Backyard Ventures to handle sales. The new show, sponsored by Outdoors.com, will feature the two survivalists virtually traveling the globe to interview adventurers and athletes. Next, First Cannabis Ads Coming Soon to Spotify by Thomas Edward. Cresco Labs Inc., a Chicago-based marijuana company, is investing 15% of their marketing budget into Spotify podcast ads geo-targeted to Illinois. Also, California bill would crack down on data brokers by Ryan Barwick. A breakdown of what the upcoming Delete Act could mean for data brokers in California. And finally, influencer spend is growing faster than social ad spend by Sarah Lebo. New eMarketer data shows influencer spending outpaced social ad spend last year for the first time, and isn't slowing down. And that was The Download, brought to you by Sounds Profitable. Today's episode is hosted on Art19. Find out more at art19.com. I know we went through today's stories fast, so be sure to check out the links to every article mentioned, right in your podcast listening app or on soundsprofitable.com/podcast. And thank you for sticking with us as we bring you the top stories you might have missed from the past week. I'm Manuela Bedoya.
And I'm Shreya Sharma. Our producers are Bryan Barletta, Gavin Gaddis, and Tom Webster. Special thanks to Art19 for hosting The Download. And as always, thank you to you for joining us. Robot?
Download complete.